Guys, Marples here. Tuesday morning, I was going to take this afternoon and take a look at a couple of houses in Noe Valley. So I wanted to create this video real quick because I don't think I created anything on Noe Valley yet. It is an absolutely fantastic neighborhood. A lot of families go in there. A lot of tech buses go through there. Lots of convenience, easy access to both the 280 and the 101 freeway as long as you know which way to go. Also, there's a lot of things to do there. 24th Street is really the main hub of the neighborhood. It also, 24th goes all the way into Intermission. So there's actually two real parts of 24th Street that has a lot of shops and restaurants and sort of neighborhood amenities. But I want to talk to you specifically about Noe Valley. So we're not going to talk about the area within Intermission, but it does go for a distance. Typically, what I want to do is I want to show you the map. I want to show you some pictures. And then what I really want to show you is some of the property values that are in the area. Now, most of what people do, a lot of people have done it in a number of years, it's a single family home market that I think in Noe Valley is really the key. There are, clearly there's TICs and condos over there. I've sold them. But right now in the marketplace, there's really not that many units in Noe Valley from a condo or TIC market. Most of them are single family. And really what I've seen is a lot of people can go into Noe Valley and buy a tiny little house and create a master plan and get the permits and develop the building. So some of the units that I'm going to show you today are, we're going to start off at the low price point, and I'm going to show you, this is a building potential, and then show you what some of the outcomes are when you're talking about values north of $3 million. Clearly, some of these are getting up to the $5 million price point. And, if you're talking about $5 million, you're talking about a lot of money, but, you're talking about Pacific Heights property values at the same time. So it really comes down to saying, at those extreme price points, there's a lot of good options for you, clearly. But also at the lower price points, where can people enter into this marketplace? Now, Noe Valley, you're looking at, I sold one at the beginning of this year, maybe last, God, some of these things, my mind gets wacky, at a certain point, especially when you have 3 kids and you can't really pin down dates anymore because everything just seems real constant. But I sold a TIC unit over there. I think we sold it for $1.1 million, something like that. And that was a nice TIC over there on 28th Street. So almost, almost over at Glen Park, but really, really nice. So your entry level into this market with a decent 2-bedroom, 2-bath, it's going to be around $1.1 million, $1.2 million for a condo or a TIC unit, and then it goes up from there. Sometimes I find prices much lower, but they're going to be 1-bedroom units, guys. And then the 2-bedroom houses, we're really starting at $1.5 million, $1.6 million, and we're going up north. So I'm going to close out my little window here. I'm going to show you just sort of the neighborhoods that we're talking about. This overall is going to be Noe Valley. When you're looking at the marketplace, you could say that there's Castro Street that really, starts in the Castro, right? And it comes south. The thing about Noe Valley is you've got 24th Street, and this is a commerce area right here. You got Dolores. You come up here, you've got Dolores or Mission Dolores Park. You go north, and you're going to be in the heart of the Castro and that business district over there. But really, you can see this dark, this tan area. That's the business district of San Francisco, Noe Valley. There's a couple small parks. That's the difference with Noe Valley is I don't think that there's that. I lived in Coal Valley and Haight for so many years, and I really just got used to the Panhandle Park and the other as really my go-to. Not so much in Noe Valley. So let's take a look and see if we can get some pictures here. We'll show some shopping districts. We've got single family homes, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. We got pizza joints. We've got Whole Foods. There's all sorts of cool stuff over there in Noe Valley, without a doubt. It's a very popular neighborhood. You do have all of your amenities down there. You've got really good restaurants. You've got a lot going on, within the commerce section. And I'm just going to scroll down it. Really, what I would suggest is anybody that's looking to buy into San Francisco, know your neighborhoods. And if you're working with me and you didn't really know San Francisco, we would be doing a drive-by on 24th Street to see if it sparks any interest. But let's go to some of the listings, okay? So, I just pulled up on the MLS this morning. You can see, hey, there's 14 active single-family homes. That actually seems like a little bit more than normal for me, but also when you get to that higher price point, some of those houses are going to stay on the market a little bit. Only 2 condos. We got one on Cesar Chavez, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 0 parking. Look how small it is. It's 626 square feet, and it's listed at just under $700,000. And yes, it is a TIC. So that is your absolute entry ballpark. And then you look at this other TIC, and as I said, you're in at 1,100,001. That's a unit that just came on the market. But let's focus on the single family, shall we? So I have on the top of the screen, I have a lot of the units that we're going to sort of discuss here real quick. Bigger pictures, get a little bit better idea of it. But let's look at the days on market when you're going through it. So this one on Day Street at Church, great location. I love Day Street, little cute little street. 55 days on market. Now this is a house that, hey guys, it's small. There's things that you need to do to it. When I'm going through the pictures, you can see the neighbors' houses on both sides are going to be 2 floors. So the game plan on that building is going to be, let's develop it, right? Buy it cheap, develop it, and build up another unit and see what you can get. Permitting appropriate. And then it's pretty easy. You go from 1.5 to 1.6. A little building without parking on Sanchez, and you're jumping up straight up to $2 million, guys. I mean, it's really pretty quick to jump up to $2 million. And so we're just going to flip through these. You can see that, look, this nice renovation, $3 million. Been on the market for 53 days. Another one, cool renovation on 23rd Street, 53 days. Let's get up to some of these other ones. 57 days on the 26th Street, and Noe 50 days, and then 28th Street, 32. I think it's just indicative on the price points, guys. I think, these things, we are, happy Halloween, by the way. So we're going to be getting into the holidays pretty quick. Real quick, actually. Thanksgiving is just going to snowball on us. So, days on market for these, my anticipation is going to be, they're going to be out there for a little bit. Hopefully some buyers are going to be, quick to realize that there's a lot of opportunity in the marketplace during the holidays. Now, let's take a look at this one on Day Street. I'm a little bit, I look at something like this, I'm like, okay, well, it has the building potential. I'm just going to flip through pictures, because I love people looking at pictures. Now look at this. That is, come on. That's not a staged property, guys, and that is a property that probably needs a little bit of love. The kitchen clearly needs to be upgraded. But look at the picture. You've got what looks like either a 2-unit or a 4-unit building right next door. You got construction right next door, and that looks good because everything is a 2-level unit. So the building potential on this building is to really say, look, hammer the price down and build up. Get rid of those big-ass trees. Look at that. Just cut those down, make some landscaping out there. But you can see that there's a lot of potential on this just because you look at everything else on the street. It's a build-up potential. Interior pictures are shitty, guys. Look at that. I mean, come on. You can't even focus. Hello. Whoever's the agent on this thing, I know it might be a rental. I haven't dived into it too much, but come on. Let's just get out of that and go on to the next one, shall we? So this is at 1.6, which, let's just take a look at the front. Those are old classic buildings, guys. No parking. I know the part of the street is pretty charming. I actually really like these little compartmentalized buildings. But where's the upside compared to the other one? The upside already has a garage. This, I'm not, it's got a charming little kitchen, old style kitchen, very compartmentalized. I think something like this is you really have to be creative on what you're going to do to it, or just keep it original. Hey, if you don't need parking, then there you go. I'm not seeing a whole ton of upside on it, though, unless you're really going to tear into it, because it's a cute little house, and it has a lot of the original details. So I think a lot of people would buy this and just sort of maintain it, because I know that there's a lot of people that just can't stand tear downs. You know, a nice little, you know, complete house like that, and you just gut it, you know. $2 million will get you this classic old Victorian building. You know, there's, you know, you got the gumwood trim. It could be faux gumwood. It looks real to me from these pictures. Really kind of nice. You know, you're at the $2 million mark. You're getting parking. You're getting a nice neighborhood, 25th Street, so you're close to conveniences. You know, not too bad. You know, the yard looks like some work, but hey, that's like right up my alley. Nice classic building, guys. You know, look at that. I mean, and so they also accentuated the detail, the original features, with the appropriate lighting. And look, they built out the upstairs into the master. I think they did a really nice job. And this is a building that I think is going to sell. $2 million. Hey, you know, I think you're right in the ballpark on this one. I really think this one will probably sell. You got a lot of space downstairs. I don't see. Let's look at days on market on that bad rider, because that thing, 11 days on market. That's going to be bid up, in my opinion. I think that's going to sell. I think it's going to sell well. Good price point. We're going to get on over to the $3 million mark, guys. So we're jumping up a little bit. Noe Valley, you know, it looks like, you know, an older Victorian, but they look at the ceiling. They've put vents in. You have speakers. You have your can lighting in there. But it also feels like you have the original detail. So look, this is a perfect example of a room that this used to be the bearing wall. That's why they kept that wall in there, because this was probably a walled-in space at one time. Just a speculation, but that's typically what I see. Not too much of a view, a lot of power lines. Yeah, you got some detail. They reworked that stairwell. That's a nice little feature, right? Sort of open. Kitchen, kind of a pass-through kitchen. Go to the outside. Sort of those classic details, but it's been updated. Look at that. You know, that's nice. That's nice. So it has the space. I think the interior is probably a very clean building. I think it just comes down to, you know, what can you do to, you know, make it pop a little bit. You know, all the door trim, I think it's for a personal taste. But, you know, this house is basically ready to roll. I mean, I don't see anything down with it, and the pictures aren't loading, so let's move on. Now we're talking, guys. Now this is the leading picture of an MLS listing. So that's the kind of cool thing that I like, is when you, you know, when you have a really nice feature in your photos and you take good photos like I do, you know, sometimes you lead with the sex appeal. And look at that kitchen. That's a nice looking kitchen. It's all in the details. I bet those lights were a pain in the ass and so they're the last thing to put in there. But look, that's a nice looking kitchen. I like that. Look at the lighting fixtures. Pretty darn nice. For, you know, $3 million, hey, better be nice. But you're also on Elizabeth Street, which is really close to 24th Street. And so the convenience factor on this building is probably outstanding. Another option where they opened up the wall. So there was probably a small slider here at one point. Cans in the ceiling. Look at that shower, nice. Like the deck. So this to me looks like it's, I wouldn't say a flip, but could be easily a flip. Because look how nice it is. Look how manicured, especially in the backyard. It's very manicured and perfect and clean. Ready for somebody to move in. And they kept some of the original detail. That's nice to see, right? Let's move on. Oh, okay. We have a couple more pictures here. I like details. And then you got a little story from, okay, let's move on. Okay. 3,000,002. Now, I love the fact that some of these architects and builders in the city can take what looks like just an old Victorian building. Look at that. You look at that and you go, oh, it's charming and it's small. But you know what? My ass. You know, some of these people will take the original detail and just leave it perfect from the street, so you have that classic feel. But then you get into it, and it's a complete gut. You know, these little old Victorians up front, I see that they've kept, you know, you have your hallway in the front, you have your room on the sides. They walled in this area, put a little, well, looks like an old telephone box, really. Got your double parlor. This house is a little bit, I wouldn't say, it's very compartmentalized per its original form. So this is the other front room. So they've redone the walls and they've cleaned it up, but they kept the original look and feel for it. So it's very compartmentalized, right? All of these rooms very compartmentalized, but you also have stairway. Look at that. So this is like a main foyer, and that's where the dining area is. And so it's, you know, the layout's compartmentalized. The old Victorians do that. You can make a room not really a room. This is supposed to be the dining room. So it's a little bit smaller, but I'm going to flip through here because I think I'm getting long in the tooth, guys. Flip. I like that, though. I think they did a really nice job on that feature of the stairs, and they did a nice job. You go down, you get your guest room downstairs. You get a little outdoor space. This is another example of somebody that's just come in and renovated. I think my pictures died on that one. So let's go up. 3.6 million, grand view. Now we're talking. You know, the views off of like Liberty Hill as you go into Eureka Valley Castro, and when you get to the hillside, and then when you sort of get up, there's a little hillside also sort of in the middle of Noe Valley. I think I'm like 27th, 28th. That has really nice views too. But look at that. It's money. You're up a hill, guys, so it's going to take a little bit. You know, you're not as convenient as you were, you know, Elizabeth Street. You're not, you know, it's a good, healthy walk. Let's say that. But look at the views. I mean, bam. That's why you're paying the big bucks. Going through, you got some, you know, this is probably an owner-occupant, it looks like. I could be wrong, but just a feel from it. But look at the maybe look at all the details. Actually, it's pretty stylized for sure. Let's go through. Art and let's see the house. Okay, so there's got a lot of artistic pictures. Look at that. That's a cool bath. Square toilet. How does that feel? Interesting. Look at that ceiling. I like the wall finishings. Overall, I think it's a really nice house. I think this is something I'm going to want to check out today. That is really pretty sweet. 2 rain showers to this. 2 shower. I like that. You know what you can do with that? A nice shower. Cool lighting fixtures. This, I think, is pretty cool. Might be overkill for some people, without a doubt. It's somewhat limiting. More of a modern feel on that light fixture. But once again, it all comes down to the views. But look at that. That's the fireplace. That's pretty cool, actually. You know, I think that's pretty cool. Dynamite kitchen, without a doubt. I love the recessed lighting on the kitchen ceiling. Very nice touch. Look at that. That is a nice kitchen, guys. Killer. Killer. More lights. And you got great views and a deck out there. You know, without a doubt, you know, you could spend the money in Noe Valley. I can see why. Here's one that's been on the market for a little bit of time. 23rd Street, 3.8 just about. Once again, you know, renovated a little house, and they customized it to suit. You can see that it's been a full gut, and they renovated it. It's all staged in there. Got cans in the ceiling. Look at that, though. That's pretty cool. When you are, you know, San Francisco, you know, the days of the sun, well, it seems like there's more and more hot days, you know. But look at that. I love the pocket doors where you can just open it up. You still have a glass deck out there. You just open up and feel the indoor-outdoor. That's one of the things I love about the Eichler homes up in Upper Lucas Valley, also in Diamond Heights at the top of the hill. You know, you have some of that mid-century where you have that indoor-outdoor flow, kind of island style, really. It's what I love about it. That's pretty damn cool. I like that. Big old artwork back there. I'm flipping because I know there's a lot of houses out here, but, you know, I want you guys to show it or see it. So it's a nice house. I don't think it's the biggest house in the world, but for a nice little family, I like it. Here's one at $4 million. So it's getting a little bit, and look at that classic old detail, old Victorian features. Those are houses that are just dynamite, where you can just go in there and open it up, just like they've done over here, modernized it. I wanted to show you this. I thought the kitchen was pretty cool. So it's that pass-through indoor. So you still have what seems to be a structure around the kitchen. Once again, reminds me of that mid-century modern. And you go up here, you can see people going upstairs. Nice lights. Got the glass there. That's pretty. Look at that. And look how it goes all the way up to the top. I know I'm flipping fast. Got nice views, got some sun. You know, for $4 million, you know, it's not chicken feed to some, that's for damn sure. But look, where does that go? That goes up to a little music room. Hallelujah, that would be cool. You know, the problem is I need garage space. That's my problem. I need a 4-car garage. Modern, got some stairs. This is a 4.2 on Church. Church is a busier street, but not as busy as others. But it's fairly busy. It's no big deal, though. Look at that. You see that movie projector on the top of the ceiling? So look, you're facing Church Street right here. Look how they rebuilt. Look at, you know, it's a fully modernized house. I think it just really comes down to, is that your taste of house? I've seen some of these that are just sort of sitting on the market too, you know, and they pull off the market. There was one that I talked to the agent the other day, and the city kind of screwed him on the development of his deal, but really nice house. 2 more, guys, bear with me, you know, almost 5.5. Gonna have some good views. This is going to be a great location. Look at the well. Look at that, though. Nicely creative. You have a lot of space here. It's like a big well, but look, you know, some of these designers are really pretty darn good. Nice and open. Great. Look at that. I think that's the money right there, guys. Don't you think? Cool stairs. Bedroom. AstroTurf. I think this is really nice, though. You know, you got to make do with what you got in the city. Per the location, you got hillsides, you got all sorts of wacky stuff, you know, that you got to contend with. That was a really nice deal. So here we are at 5.650. This is really pretty nice. I don't know about that big screen TV, though, right there. Starting to hate TV. Can't watch anything. Can't watch the news anymore. You know, that's a nice house. I think there needs to be more pictures. You know, bottom line, great views, but you need more pictures. Anyway, so that's just sort of a rundown, you know, sort of. Sorry if I was rambling like nobody's business. I just really like going through these pictures, and at the end of the day, you know, that's what I do. You know, I'm trying to find good matches between, you know, my clients at certain price points for what they want. And then, you know, like today, you know, I'll be hitting Noe Valley come early afternoon, taking a look at some of these houses. I've got one client in particular that's looking in Noe. But great neighborhood, guys. I mean, if you're looking for a nice, solid, safe place, especially for those people that have family, you know, little kids and whatnot, you know, you can't really get much better. I mean, you know, you're at the top of the heap. I mean, it's an A-class location, without a doubt. And I think those renovations, they do command that price. At that price, so you got to look at your options, without a doubt. I say that at any price, you know, really. But when you're looking at, you know, the $4 or $5 million, there are just a ton of different options for you. And I think it just, at that point, it really just comes down to the neighborhoods that you love and where you want to be. Anyway, I think Noe's, you know, it's one of my favorite little neighborhoods. It clearly is very popular. And I hope this little rundown is giving you a little bit of idea. You know, I think part of the things I want to get out there is the design and architecture, and give some people an idea of what you can do with your houses, and give people options. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you have a very happy holiday, even not a holiday. My school thinks it's a holiday, or they did last year, and they had no school for Halloween. People have to work, people. Anyway, take care, guys. Have fun. Stay